So the sheep come into the building for scanning. They're each weighed individually and they're injected with a mild sedative which is based on their live weight. Once the sedative has taken effect, which takes around 20 minutes, they're rolled into a cradle, positioned for scanning in the cradle, and then brought up on the lift into the scanner trailer, where they're put on the table and positioned, and then everybody leaves the room. The main advantage of CT scanning is the increased accuracy of the data that you get from the CT scans. So once the sheep have been scanned here, we produce all this information, we send it off to the farmers, and they're using it to be able to select rams which they can use to breed better lambs in the future. We give them measurements of the muscle shape, so the area and the depth and width of the eye muscle, so that's the muscle, the large muscle you see in a lamb chop. We give them details on the shape of the hind leg, which is called a Jiggett score, so it gives you an idea of whether the hind leg's a rounded muscle or a long drawn out muscle. So depending on what they're trying to produce would depend on what they would want to select for. We're able to give the farmer a prediction of the total carcass tissue weights for the fat, muscle and bone. These are all just tools that they can use along with their natural stockmanship and knowledge of the animals to be able to select the best lambs for breeding or to sell for other people to use for breeding. As some of the farmers say, it's no good just selecting on the figures. The lambs actually have to look right as well. They want to keep the breed looking like the breed that they're interested in. So we're able to use the CT scan to look at the volume of rumen in the lambs. The rumen is one of 4 chambers in the stomach of a ruminant animal, so a lamb is a ruminant. You'll see that the lambs will have a bit of a burp or a belch, and this is then bringing up some of the partially digested grass to chew it again and then swallow it again, and then it carries on into the rest of the stomach system. As they belch up this bit of grass, that's when they produce methane, or the microbes produce methane, the microbes in the rumen, and it comes up with the grass. So we're measuring the rumen volume in these lambs to see whether it can be related to the amount of methane they produce, and also to then see whether it's genetically controlled and whether it's something that we can select for in the future.